everybody, welcome back.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
We're back with this very infuriating part of the case.
Yeah, this happens sometimes where it's like, you know, I know what I'm supposed to do. I went from point A to point B to point C, and they're like, hey, you're supposed...
for G now. They're asking for
like,
point
wait,
G.
you skipped too many points. And it's like, no, you thought we were going to go in a linear fashion. Instead, we're going to take this, take this roundabout trail up the mountain.
It's also because I know enough about law that I know what she's actually guilty of, and I had to pace the room earlier.
Yeah.
We stopped at actually a good time in between the episodes.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, he brought the tray, because bellboys are never allowed to be empty-handed or else they're not bellboys. Don't you know? This is an actual piece of logic in the series.
Ah! He brought the cookies and the tea.
Yeah.
That's what just...
Well, they couldn't pay for an additional model.
I love this game. This game's amazing.
So, did you want to voice Edgeworth for a bit?
Sure, I can try. I can try my terrible English accent.
Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea stick looks rather heavy, without much further ado. The witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir.
Miss May's room service.
I am the head bellboy at the Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for a nice coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot.
To give her an alibi.
Probably, yeah.
Probably she wasn't the one to think of it, though.
Yeah. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. He was totally checking her out.
Yeah, you can completely tell.
I see, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. Well, this is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished.
Miss May's room service.
Okay, let's start pressing all of these. What exactly do you do at the hotel as a bellboy? Well, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, check out guests, clean rooms, I make beds.
That's not what a bellboy does.
He does everything.
So the makes
He's
him
their
a
only bellboy.
/ maid.
Well, his last name is Bellboy, clearly. So it's what he does.
It's this like, what is it? What's the game? Completely escaped my mind, but your last name dictates your life for the rest of all time.
I'm pretty sure you're talking about
anime.
Death Stranding.
No, it's an anime. It's a relatively recent anime, too.
Either way.
I say recent, relatively recent.
I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally.
Oh, and you checked her out personally, too, I'm sure.
Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
That was a rather frivolous question, I will admit.
I believe I call her at 8.
Yeah, just making sure that pressing it's not going to do anything.
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain?
Have you heard her voice? She says wink. Out loud.
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all of her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them,
Them? Do you mean her breasts or a second person in the room?
Oh, definitely second person in the room. point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Yes, what then? She asked for an iced coffee brought to her 9 on the dot. 9 on the dot, you say?
So this is the exact time she was being murdered.
Yes.
So how could she have seen the murder then if she was busy talking with the bellboy?
She was too busy digging her own grave to notice.
I don't know why I thought that was so funny. That's hilarious.
Okay. Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. I was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she watched, sir. Oh, she was. 9. The time of the murder. I brought her precisely at the time requested.
Do I just press everything?
Press everything for right now.
And then I can go back
and then we'll figure out which one is the loosest statement that we'll shove evidence into. Precisely at 9 then.
My arm was bothering me. The audio probably caught that.
Yeah, I probably did. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m.
So she wasn't looking at the window?
No, she was outside of her room as the...
Checking the bellboy out!
Yes. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that I brought it then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee. I like iced coffee, exactly. 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why'd you be so particular about the time?
Because it gives her an alibi to be in the room.
Yeah, but this is mostly so if you didn't realize it by now, it would give you hints as to what path you need to be going down. So I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Press this, but I think this might be the one you need to present evidence to. You are sure it was Miss May herself? Absolutely, sir.
I think it's more an absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like with like a wolf whistle attached to it.
Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very lutely, sir. It's very endearing mannerism of mine. So how come you're so certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir,
she was naked.
Yes, sir, she was with an embarrasser, sir. Is that like French for embrace?
No, Phoenix. Sweet, innocent Phoenix.
It's French for kiss, sir, but not French kiss, sir. More like peck on the cheek.
That's not the word you're looking for. Belly boy. That's not the word
unless
you're
she
looking for.
licked him on the face, then I don't know what he's talking about. Why would she have done that? Well,
to make sure he remembered the time.
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by prim demeanor, sir.
She was using you, dude. She was using you the whole way through. So that you would be a corroborated alibi.
Well, yes.
That she never planned on using, never planned on seeing.
It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and she wanted the bellboy to remember her. Oh, it's no good, there's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. The bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie now. If any decency, you would end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest.
If I knew it was gonna do this, I would have immediately pressed the evidence.
Wait. Yes, does this offense have something... One last question. Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough. Oh. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay, this is really it. Now this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? room service, I believe. Different slot, yeah.
Oh, this is gonna get dicey.
No.
No. I almost doomed us.
Okay. Tell me again about the room service. Again, sir? Exactly at 9, I delivered room service to her in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee, $18 was the charge I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that sound a bit expensive? Yes, sir. Well, iced coffee for 2, you know.
Oh!
We got it.
That was a them in the room then.
Mm-hmm.
She was planning on someone to come back to the hotel room.
Yeah. What did he say? Wait, what did you say? What'd I say? Well, rather quite... Bellboy, tell us the truth now. I have a name. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? I have a name, sir. I object. That was... objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, well, I see. Why'd you not mention this in your testimony?
Because this is the same thing that we got Gumshoe and May on.
Yeah, it's forgetting things. Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Well, we're asking now.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Huh, yes, quite. Indeed.
Well, he did mention it before. He said them, as in plural. Unless Miss May has something else she would like to tell us about herself.
No.
Which would contradict everything else she said about herself up to now. There were 2 people in the room.
There was a good bastard there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked.
Oh, now you're guilty of contempt.
No, it's okay. He's the prosecution. You could get away with this. You fool.
So Edgeworth is guilty of lying.
I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. All 3 of those would have actually checked, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir.
Where was he? He's either the murderer or he's someone else.
From the CG that we saw of him
it's
ogling her,
it's Mr. American Dream in the red, white, and blue.
Yes. But from the CG we actually know that she met him outside the room. So not even him could see through the window. Yeah. Your Honor, we have just learned another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold it impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person? Simple. It was the bellboy. Clearly the bellboy was murdering her at the time? No, it was... The man who checked in was Miss May.
So it doesn't violate one of your stipulations.
Yes.
This is what we've been saying the whole time. Miss May is not the murderer. Because we have absolutely no proof she was in the room.
Yeah.
We have every proof she was in her room at the time. Tapping the phone.
Yes.
And on her phone, with the murderer, to verify that...
No, I don't think it was over the phone. I think she was just being used as sort of like a, as an alibi for him, almost, in case he was asked. Oh. Your Honor, it has been previously revealed Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi for the time of the murder.
Meaning she is not the murderer.
However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. What a convenient little setup. It's... well, too late. Too late? Suppose you'll like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Start, amateur.
Well, it's true on both accounts.
These accusations are ludicrous.
He just admitted in front of the judge and the entire court that you basically threatened and or paid him off to lie on the stand.
Well, no, I think it was more of he cautioned him not only to reveal evidence that only to answer the questions that Phoenix posed strictly because they were on a time crunch. But I think it was mostly so Phoenix would get tripped up. But effectively, yeah,
Phoenix
he is technically cheating.
Mm-hmm. He's
Okay.
guilty at the least of something.
Okay, enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and the defense to look into the matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That's all for today for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Adjourned, that's the word.
September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defense Lobby number 1. Mr. Wright!
I'm gonna just sit here. Okay.
In case we need to go all the way back to that first branch.
Yeah. Mr. Wright?
You were amazing back there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his with the eyes wide, trembling lips. It sent shivers up my spine.
Hmm? If you say so.
So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? No, honey, you get to go back into holding. Very sorry.
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. So if we can fit him through the lock,
No.
we won. What happened to Miss May after that anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. Probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later.
Be careful or she might shiv you.
Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe.
Sis...
Don't worry. I'll find it by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony, and though it might come in handy during tomorrow's trial, but now they have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there was only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. The victim dodged an attack and then ran to the right.
Was it to her right or to May's right? Because that changes everything. If it was her right, it would be completely on the other side of the room and away from the light. If it was the victim's right, it puts her right in that corner and everything's
Yeah,
as
that's probably
is.
why we have this, is because probably when we talk to the murderer, he's gonna probably say ran to the right. Sorry, she ran to the left because...
Well, we'll see.
Because to him standing in the room, it would be to the left that she would need to run, but if she was
trying to get to the door, it would naturally be she's trying to come around the desk and go to her and go to her left, and the murderer's left as well.
But
if it's the witnesses, wait.
If it's the killer's left, it would be into the corner.
Yeah, it would be close to the door.
So that's probably what we're going to be using this for. But until then, we'll just hold on to these 2 pieces of evidence. Don't know how much good this will do for me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that.
Else will.
Maya doesn't belong in that detention center. It's up to me to set her free. Okay, second day done. Okay.
September 7th, 3:11 p.m. Detention Center, Visitors Room.
Even though this one's going to be a little bit shorter, we just finished that day. We're going to stop this episode now, and when we come back, we're going to be doing the next day of investigations.
Okay.
See you guys then.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.